Hello Capricorn, and welcome to Positive Light Tarot. My name is Tracy and I'm so happy that you are here with me today. Today's reading is going to be your reading for the first 2 weeks of April. There's a lot happening in April. So from April 1st to the 25th, we got the Mercury retrograde. On April 8th, we've got the solar eclipse, which is the new moon in Aries. So there's going to be lots to talk about. This is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. If you find that this doesn't resonate with you, please check out your rising, moon, and Venus signs. I'm going to start with your energies. We're going to get into the tarot, spirit message, and then we're going to tie the whole reading together with your angel messages. And then we're going to complete the reading with your bonus angel number and the affirmation. So let's begin by cleansing the space. So let's get right into this, Capricorn. I'd first like to thank you all very much for all your likes, shares, comments, and all of your subscribes. Your support has been overwhelming to me. Thank you so much. So for the first 2 weeks of April, Capricorn, what are the energies surrounding this beautiful sign? All right. We've got some major things happening here. All right, so there we go. And let's start with the bottom of the deck. 23, feeling all tied up. So you may have committed yourself to something. There may be some sort of obligations that you've committed yourself to, and there's changes that are taking place right now. You're feeling a little bit like you're tied up and that you can't release yourself from this. But you know what? Their new beginnings are coming. We are again reaching that solar eclipse on April 8th, that new moon where new paths and cycles are going to start to form. So you're feeling tied up, and it could be with your finances. You could be financially feeling as if you've strapped yourself somehow financially. And you're trying to figure out, of course, what is it that you need to release yourself from this energy? For some of you, it could be family obligations that you've tied yourself up to. Financially, you may have been maybe lending money to somebody in your family, or maybe you have tied your funds up with something to do with, it could be pleasurable things too. Maybe you're feeling tied up because you put money towards a vacation, or you're doing something or investing into your family. And right now, it's just feeling like a little bit like things are strapped. But that's okay, because you're going to be going through a whole new cycle as we, go through these first 2 weeks of April. Number 24 is your first energy here, and that's the adjacent possibilities. There are so many doors that are opening for you, Capricorn. And sometimes, with all these doors that are open, it can create a little bit of indecision. And this is the reason why you've got number 8, indecision. You have 2 directions that you can go. Both are going to provide you with a nice transformation. There's 2 butterflies on each side. Both paths here are lit up. So I don't think you can make a wrong decision. I think it's just that you're feeling like there's just so many doors of opportunity opening. Which is going to be the best one for me? Now, that could be another reason why you're feeling all tied up too. Because if you're feeling as if you can't be decisive on something, in our minds, we can feel that sense, of feeling like I'm really at a crossroads here. I'm not exactly sure what I need to do. You, again, be man holding coin. Again, this is Capricorn energy, and it doesn't matter gender because we don't do gender here. Your energy is that you're feeling this way because, you are supported. You are a supportive factor financially for your family. And for that reason, you're really making sure that whatever decisions that you need to make, because there are so many coming into play for you, that you're making sure you're being guided down the right path so that you can feel that you are doing the most positive thing for you and your family, or those that encompass who your community or who you love. Family doesn't necessarily have to be blood family either. It can just be people that surround you that you feel a sense of commitment and love to. Now, you also got number 20, envy. Envy for me is, I really wish they wouldn't call it envy, because I really feel it's more about an inspiration, having a sense of inspiration. You are inspired, and maybe this inspiration comes from you viewing other people in your life and seeing the successful roads and the successful decisions that people have made along the way. And it inspires you. It gives you that that drive and that motivation to really want to achieve those things for yourself. So I really feel it's more of an inspirational card. Now, others could also be looking at you and really feeling inspired by the things that you have done up to this point as well. You have worked very hard and you continuously and are very diligent with all the decisions that you make to really, broaden your horizons and to really build that really strong nest egg for yourself. So how could somebody not from the outside look in on you and really feel inspired by all of those things that you do? You also got number 44, woman holding heart. Again, no gender. 44 is an angel number. This is a master number. This is a number that you really can really rely on as we move through the first 2 weeks of April. Really pay attention to that number because it might be something that's repeated for you and giving you some guidance. Woman holding heart could be your energy as well, Capricorn, because not only are you a provider with monetary things financially, but you are also the nurturer and you are really trying to keep balance with everything that's happening. You've got lots of opportunities that are coming into play that I think not only are going to fill those monetary needs and those wants, but it's also going to be very emotionally fulfilling as well. So these are absolutely beautiful energies right now. So let's get right into your tarot and find out what is happening here. So let's get a little bit more details on these energies. We're going to start with the adjacent possibilities because there is so many doors opening for you as we move through the first 2 weeks of April. So spirit, angels, and guides for the beautiful sign Capricorn. What are these adjacent possibilities? Thank you very much. Anything else you'd like to share? Thank you very much. Anything else? Any other messages for the first 2 weeks of April? Okay, I feel like that is it. Okay, so this was the first one. And you got number 4, Emperor energy. Now, a lot of my signs are getting the Emperor energy, and I think it's the reasoning for it is because we are in Aries season. And Aries, of course, is the new moon that's happening on the 8th of April. So Aries is very much about leadership. It's about taking control of situations and really, very well respected. This could very much be your energy. It's wanting to move ahead with plans. It's taking the action needed in order to facilitate the things that you want. But it's in a leadership way. You're taking control of the situation. These are opportunities that are opening for you. And I believe because, with Emperor, of course, representing that Aries energy and us being in that season, I feel like this is going to be a highly motivated 2-week period where there's going to be lots of things coming into play for you. Now, we do have the Mercury retrograde from April 1st to the 25th. And sometimes with that energy, we feel like things are going backwards. But, it's not really. Planets don't really go backwards. It is the planet of communication. So sometimes our communications, we have to be mindful of how we are communicating things. With Aries being the major sign here in that Mercury retrograde, sometimes our words can be harsh. So we have to be very, very careful as to how we express ourselves during this time. Sometimes, again, Mercury retrogrades interrupt all forms of communication. So it's really important for you to give a lot of thought to how you communicate these things, especially if you're very excited about something. Now, 7 of Wands is a very fiery energy as well. This is Leo energy. This 7 of Wands is all about really standing up for yourself. You're really feeling a sense that, if things are being said to you. Now, again, that could be the reverse. You have to be careful of how you say things, but you also have to be careful how you are taking in this information and communications during this time period as well. You really may feel like you're having to stand your ground with something. You're really having to be very strong with your convictions. And, because you are very much taking the lead here, you are a leader, Capricorn. And with so many doors of opportunity opening, and movement happening quickly, You have to make sure that you are standing up for yourself, standing your ground, and not letting anybody, if somebody is saying something to you in a way that you feel is not respectful or that it's just untrue, then you make sure that you do stand up for yourself, because this is the time where it's extremely important, very important for that. So let's get into the indecision. Let's find out why there is this indecision. Well, with so many doors opening, Capricorn, how can you not be feeling like you're in a bit of a period of indecision? How nice to be able to have so many things to choose from. Okay. So we're going to start with the first card that came out here, and that is this Fool energy. This is the beginning of the major arcana. This is all about embarking on something new. It's like sudden new changes. It even could be with so many adjacent possibilities and doors opening. There is something that's suddenly coming into play that might change your direction completely. And this is why you're feeling a little bit of indecision. You're very much empowered to make a decision, but there is something unexpected that's coming into play. And it's something that might lead you in a direction that's opening up a whole new adventure, a whole new wonderment coming into being for you. Now, with that being said, this indecision, you're feeling that's 10 of Swords energy. 10 of Swords is having to make a decision, but putting something, putting an end to something. So you see, it's interesting how with the Fool energy here, you have this new beginning. Something, you're excited about, you're kind of taking a leap of faith with it because you don't exactly know where it's going to lead you, but that's something that you're feeling very passionate about. But you're leaving something behind because you realize that you will only continue to be indecisive if you don't choose a direction. So you have to put an end to the indecision. So even though sometimes it's really painful to have to make these decisions because a chapter of your life is closing out and a new chapter is beginning, it is that time to do that, because where you can see from this illustration, I know it definitely does not look, beautiful, but look at that sun. The sun is trying to kind of come over the water there. It's showing that it's a time for peace now. It's a time where that indecision is being put behind you, and now you're able to put closure to a situation. And it's something that you've been wanting to do for a while, because you got the Magician card as well, which is setting your intentions. This is really setting your intentions and manifesting, of course, the things that you want. A lot of people, or a lot of the signs and a lot of the readings have been getting the Magician card and the Tower card. Those have been very, very, very prominent cards for most people. And I think it has a lot to do with, again, sudden changes coming into play that are closing out cycles of your life and bringing in new cycles. Now, again, we have that solar eclipse happening on April 8th. And this is the time to really set those intentions, because solar eclipses, new moons, are all about creating those new beginnings. They're all about bright new opportunities. They're about doors opening. It's very exciting energy. It's very positive energy. And sometimes it's news that just comes suddenly as well, which is very much to do with that Fool energy. So I think you're setting your intentions, you're putting an end to the indecision, and you're really ready to embark on something new that you're not exactly sure exactly where it's going to lead you, but it's definitely something that you're putting all of your energy into. So let's get what's happening here for envy. Number 20, envy. What would you like to share with us? I would like to call it more inspiration. So let's see what's happening. That was the last one. And you got the 9 of Coins. The 9 of Coins is a Virgo energy card. 9 of Coins is about all those little luxuries. It's all about independence. It's about feeling very good about the financial path that you've been on, that you're going on, and where it's going to lead you. Nines are all about, you're almost at that completed cycle. You're really feeling as if things are starting to flow nicely for you in that monetary way. Again, you're feeling that sense of independence, knowing that you've put a lot of time, work, and effort into this and waiting for it to come to fruition. Well, now that time is coming into being. And that is driving a lot of inspiration, not only inspiration for you to move forward in new directions, but it's also people looking at you and feeling very inspired and motivated themselves because of what you've been able to create. You've got the Six of Swords. So moving away from difficulties, you see, because you are putting that end with that Ten of Swords, you're putting an end to that indecision of not knowing which door to walk through. Now you're able to move into the light, the end of a dark time. If there has been any challenges or obstacles that you feel that have been tying you up, you are moving in a totally different direction now. You're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. This is beautiful, beautiful energy. Some of you could actually be deciding to go on a vacation. You could be saying, you know what, now is the time for us to celebrate a little bit here. This is the perfect timing for us to, you know, maybe a family vacation. Maybe it's just you and a friend, you and maybe it's work related as well. Maybe it's a work related vacation, because now with that light being in at the end of the tunnel, it's time to celebrate your win. And look, you get the Ten of Cups. I really truly believe that there is some happy event coming into play here where you're really feeling a sense of fulfillment. For some of you, because you're moving away from the darkness, you're moving away from the indecision, putting an end to those chapters of your life, you're now feeling that this independent wealth as well, and it's bringing a sense of balance and happiness and fulfillment into your life. Some of you are really feeling happy home life, really feeling good where you live. And your home isn't just that physical home, it's the home that's within your heart as well. There's a lot of joy, love, and abundance coming into play here. And I believe that it has to do with you really being able to feel like you are at that light at the end of the tunnel. There is, some of you could actually be physically moving house. You could be deciding that, you know what, maybe that indecision has a lot to do with ending that chapter in where you were living and relocating somewhere else, changing things completely, changing your direction, going in a totally different direction. And this is why the card envy or inspiration comes up, because people from the outside can be looking in and going, my goodness, you know, look at all this hard work that they've worked towards is now paying off for them. And now they're finally in that place where they've been so wanting to be. But what people don't also see behind the scenes is how much hard work you've put into everything that you've done. So feel a great sense of inspiration for yourself as well, because you know what, that is an incredible energy. So now we've got this woman holding a heart. Again, this can be your energy. Of course, how can you not be feeling a sense of love and gratitude and appreciation when all of these wonderful things are coming into play for you? And again, these doors are opening because you've manifested these doors to open. You've been working towards this. This isn't something that just happens out of the blue. It's because you've been putting your hard work and effort into something that makes you emotionally happy. Here we go. All right. So you got two cards. So the woman holding a heart, you have decided that, you know, you are not going to live in, you know, emotional upheaval. The Eight of Cups is about emotionally feeling secure enough in your emotions to walk away from something that wasn't really fulfilling. And sometimes we have to move in different directions in order for those doors to open. You could be having to leave. Maybe you are relocating. You're having to leave a place where you grew up. Maybe it's, you know, it could have, I mean, that's going to resonate with some of you and not others. But I feel like you're leaving some sort of something emotional behind. And you're motivated to move forward, okay? Because there is definitely this new energy that's coming into play. You are trying to end out old cycles of your life. And when we end out old cycles, we have to move in other directions. Sometimes we have to leave certain emotions behind in order to bring in happiness and bring in a whole new phase of life. Now you got the King of Wands along with this Eight of Cups. For some of you, you could be leaving a job. You could be leaving a job and moving in another direction, especially with all of this adjacent possibilities coming into play. You're deciding to go into a different job because you are going to now be taking a leadership role. You may be, you know, maybe you've been offered a job where you are actually going to be the one that's in charge of a group of people. The King of Wands is very much energy, fiery signs. So again, this would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, if that means anything to you, Capricorn. Again, remember, we're in Aries season. It is all about leadership. It's about taking control of a situation and feeling a sense of determination to move forward on something that you really want to do. You're leaving behind something, even though there was an emotional attachment, you're leaving it behind because there are new doors that are opening for you that are going to really give you more power in a positive sense. Very powerful card, very charismatic person. Again, king can be any gender because there's no genders here. So that is those. Now let's go a little deeper and let's get a little bit more information on what's happening here. So we're going to start with the adjacent possibilities, the Emperor energy, and the Seven of Wands. Spirit angels and guides, what would you like to share with me for the beautiful sign Capricorn? Thank you. And you got the Queen of Pentacles. This is very much your energy. To me, it's just reiterating what this opportunity is, that it is definitely for you. Queen of Pentacles is an earth energy, and Capricorn, you are earth energy as well. Taurus, Virgo are along with that earth energy. This is you standing your ground about a leadership. Again, I really feel like these adjacent doors that are opening are leading towards some sort of promotion or some sort of leadership role. You are standing your ground because you are best suited for this job. You know that you can do this job. You have the independence. Not only though, with the Queen of Pentacles energy, you not only think about the monetary things and all of the tangible things, the things that are important, the necessities of life that are important as you move down your path, but you also are a nurturer. So you have this caring ability as well. Hence why you got that woman holding a heart. This isn't all about, the gains. It's also about the emotional attachments that are also involved with it as well. So you're definitely standing your ground for something that is opening up for you, that is opening doors that it might even be something that you didn't even think that was possible, and now it's coming into play. So we've got number 8, indecision. We've got the Fool, the Ten of Swords, and the Magician. Let's find out what else Spirit angels and guides would like to share as we clarify these energies for the first 2 weeks. Anything else? And this is the Princess of Wands. So it's going to be really easy for you to feel like you're not indecisive anymore because there's a message coming. The Princess of Wands, again, no gender, is a fiery sign as well. It's all about movement. So there is a message coming that's going to help give you a sense of inspiration. It's going to help you to be able to put an end to whatever you feel that you have not been able to decide on. It is a message that's coming that is really, unexpected. It's really helping you change, or it's helping you focus in a different way. It is a message that is also reiterating all the intentions that you have been setting for yourself as you move down this new path. So watch for a message that's coming. It's a fiery message, which is really quite interesting. Again, we have a lot of communications are sort of at a standstill for the first couple of weeks, first 3 weeks of April with that Mercury retrograde. But this message is of inspiration. It's something that you are really going to feel confident with. It's something that maybe you need to review a little bit. There isn't a rush to do anything here. Maybe waiting until after the Mercury retrograde is your best course of action, but that will be entirely up to you. You will be able to, I think you will know intuitively what the right direction is for you. So now let's get into the envy, the nine of coins, the 6 of swords, and the 10 of cups. What would you like to share with us, Spirit angels and guides, for the first 2 weeks of April for Capricorn, please? What's going on here? Anything else? You've got 3. Okay. The first one is the 9 of Wands. No matter what challenges that you feel you have to face, because you always feel as if sometimes there's another challenge, you are able to do it because you have this inner power that is so strong, and that no challenges can really set you back. You won't allow that to happen because you're moving in a much more positive direction. You're moving towards your happiness and your fulfillment. But if you come across a challenge, it is going to be easy for you to figure out how to move past that challenge. 6 of Swords, because look, you got the 6 of Swords again. Again, any challenges that you feel may come up are going to be easily dissuaded because you have got that Six of Swords. You are moving out of the darkness and into the light. The Six of Swords is, the Six of Swords is really, like I said, that it's that light at the end of the tunnel. It's restoring some balances too. Sixes are all about harmony, so really feeling that harmonious energy. And the challenge could be that you are maybe deciding to move in a different direction, and the challenge is having to really feel good about this change. But you will be moving in a good direction, and you got the King of Pentacles energy. You got the Queen and the King in your reading. So very much taking the lead in a situation. You are in control of this situation, and you are in control of your own ship as well. So moving into the light and moving out of the darkness is something that you are controlling yourself. This is really feeling financial independence, and it's really feeling as if you have really making sure that everything is in alignment for your highest good and the highest good of those that are around you. It is taking the lead, of course. Again, yeah, there's a lot of leadership cards in this reading for you, Capricorn. But this is really making sure that your finances are all intact and that you are really working towards long-term positive financial goals here. There's a lot of positive energy coming towards your finances here. So now the woman holding heart, the Eight of Cups, walking away from something that you were emotionally attached to, but it's because there's some sort of leadership here. So let's find out with that King of Wands. Anything else you'd like to share, spirit, angels, and guides for the beautiful sign Capricorn? And you got the Ace of Swords. See, new beginning with clarity. This is a victory. This is a breakthrough. This is really, really feeling like you've got all the information that you need, and you are ready to break through into something new. This is Ace of Swords just clears up any loose ends or anything where you felt that there was some fogginess or where there was something that you just didn't have clarity on. Ace of Swords is that moment of clarity. And it really is like it's all coming together now. Emotionally, I understand where I need to be, what I need to do. And I am ready now with this sort of truth to be able to walk away from and feel emotionally strong about my decision to walk away from something and open up the doors for something new that is more in tune and more in line with the qualities of the leadership that I have. So you've got some pretty amazing things happening for you in the first 2 weeks of April. It's a very impactful month for you, Capricorn. So now let's get your spirit messages. So spirit, angels, and guides, what would you like to share? What is the message you'd like to share with Capricorn? The first 2 weeks of April. So what the angels are trying to say to you is light. Imagine yourself as a being composed of energy and light, because in reality, that's precisely what you are. We are all made up of light. We are all made up of energy. You are a powerful being. We know that. You have major power cards in your reading. And people are attracted to your brilliance because everybody can see that light that shines within you, Capricorn. This is a time to remember how vibrant you truly are. You have a lot of energy. You have a lot of positive energy, and people are drawn to that. And this is why I think you got this number 20, envy. People are drawn to the light that is inside of you. You are a light to others. You are an inspiration to others. Beautiful energy. So now let's get your angel cards for tying this entire reading together. So angel, spirits, and guides, what are the messages that you would like to share with the beautiful sign Capricorn as we tie this reading together? What are those messages that you would like to share? Let's see what those are. Spirit, angels, and guides. What are the messages you'd like to share? They don't have a lot of they have given you so much. I would just like one. It's this one right here. Two of Raphael. So 2 hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits, don't give up on those you love. You have an overwhelming amount of emotional support around you at this time, especially as you adventure through all of these, adjacent possibilities, all of these doors that are opening up. You have a connection a soulmate connection with someone, whether that is your friend or your partner or your romantic, like your partner in a romantic way, platonic, it doesn't matter. It's going to resonate differently with each of you. But there is this guidance here. It's almost like a spiritual guidance as well, showing that you can really create something wonderful because there's so much love that is within you. And because you have that light that's inside of you as well, you are able to really bring all of that into this abundance that's coming into play for you. Beautiful energy. So let's finish this reading, Capricorn, with your angel number and the affirmation that goes along with it. So your angel number, what is the angel number for Capricorn for the first 2 weeks of April? There we go. Number 27. I am expressive. Your mind is wide open and you are tolerant and compassionate towards all ways of life. You value freedom of expression and want to improve the conditions of people, whether in your community, country, or the world at large. And this too, with this saying, you value freedom of expression and want to improve the conditions of people, whether in your community, country, or at the world at large, really is all about being so much of a leader as well. There's a lot of leadership qualities within somebody that's able to be expressive. So you know what? This is beautiful energy. Number 27 is your guiding number. So really look to that. Your angels are trying to send messages to you. So thank you so much, Capricorn, for joining me today. I hope that you found parts of this resonate with you. And if so, please leave comments. Please also consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. And until next time, sending you love, light, and positive vibes.